Hey, anime fans! Today, I'm diving into a story that serves as a harsh reminder to us all. Never skip leg day. Meet Atsushi, a guy who was absolutely dedicated to the gym. Day in and day out, he worked on perfecting his upper body. His arms, massive. His chest, a wall of muscle. Abs, razor sharp. But there was one thing he overlooked: his legs. At first, it seemed harmless. His arms were growing stronger with every session, and legs? Pfft, who needs them, right? But over time, something became painfully clear. His legs started to lag behind. They became thin, weak, almost like they couldn't support the weight of his superhero-like upper body. Despite the clear imbalance, Atsushi kept telling himself he'd get to his legs, eventually. But you know how it goes, that day never came. And then, the inevitable happened. On a dangerous mission with the agency, Atsushi, bursting with confidence in his newfound strength, rushed to the scene, eager to prove himself. But as soon as he started running, a sharp, unbearable pain shot through his knees. His legs buckled and he collapsed, unable to get up. Chuya, with a mix of concern and frustration, rushed over. "Atsushi, what the hell?" Atsushi tried to push himself up, but his legs refused to cooperate. The pain was unbearable. His legs were so underdeveloped that they couldn't carry the weight of his massive upper body. They were nothing more than fragile twigs. The mission continued without him. His teammates fought on as Atsushi, now completely useless, could only watch. It wasn't just the humiliation of being left behind, it was the crushing realization that his neglect had led to this. By the time they returned to the agency, Atsushi could barely walk. His legs had grown so weak that they couldn't support even the smallest amount of pressure. The damage was irreversible. Walking on them was now impossible without risking fractures. To move, Atsushi had to use his arms for support. He couldn't walk on his legs anymore. They were so fragile that even the slightest weight would snap them. So like some twisted creature, he dragged himself along with his arms. His once powerful body had become a cruel joke. That night, Atsushi sat alone, the weight of his failure sinking in. He had worked so hard to become strong, but the imbalance within his own body was now his punishment. Tears fell from his eyes, not just from physical pain, but from deep regret. And that's how Atsushi learned the hard way. Ignoring any part of yourself, no matter how small, can lead to catastrophic consequences. His legs were ruined, a permanent reminder of the day he skipped leg day. So take it from Atsushi, folks, never ever skip leg day.